A few years ago, I had this moment when I realized I was slower. I felt less perceptive. I didn't notice finer details like I used to. The realization that I was dumber than usual was not exactly comforting, so I asked my friends if they'd been feeling the same way. They all said that yes they had. I found this comforting. It's not just me, it must be a teenager thing. Then I mentioned it to my mother, and she said that recently she'd been feeling the same way. That ruined my theory. Now, I'm not saying that my mother was around the same time as the dinosaurs, but she was there when the wheel was invented. So for her to be suffering this same problem as a bunch of teenagers was unusual, and I wondered what on earth was causing it. A few years later, now, while I'm not exactly a rocket scientist, I feel normal. I don't feel that weird degree of slow and imperceptive that I used to, and I have a theory that it's because I stopped doomscrolling. Cast hook, check. Establish liability. Let me make this painfully clear. I'm not a doctor, okay? I am not qualified on this subject. I do not know the science behind this. I am a regular, casually handsome person like you who has thought about this a lot, and I think my logic checks out, but it is just a theory.
A game theory.
That man's been trying to get into my house for months. I'm gonna make this quick, so if you're interested in what I have to say, by all means, hear me out. Just don't take my word for any of it. Again, I'm not a professional. DoomScrolling. You start up a new account on any social media app today, and within seconds, you have access to thousands of photos and videos of landscapes, food, animals, workouts, makeup, memes, soft porn, and AI slop. And that's just at the beginning. The more time you spend scrolling through this concoction of content, the better idea the algorithm will have of your interests, so more and more of these clips become catered to you. You are fed a series of clips you can swipe through with ease, and you have no obligation to watch any of them. This means that if a clip doesn't catch your interest, you can just scroll past it and never think of it again. Now, the human attention span is already a very picky little thing, and at least when I was younger, we learned to be patient. What do you mean? This is one of the greatest action movies of all time. It's just people talking in an office. That's because we're only in the first 5 minutes, you dumb little shit. I was verbally abused as a child. We learned to ignore that need for something new and exciting every 5 seconds because you couldn't get something new and exciting every 5 seconds. We had to be patient and invest time into something in order to get something out of it. Doomscrolling fucks all of that up. Now you can get something new and exciting every other second, and our impatient little monkey brains just can't resist. It's incredibly addictive, so we do it for hours and hours. If I could see how long I have spent doomscrolling, there's a decent chance I would
remove myself from this mortal plane.
Now, aside from scrolling through an endless stream of insubstantial nonsense, how does doomscrolling make you stupid? Well, I answer your question that I asked with another question that I asked. How do you learn anything? Repetition. You learn to lower your head when walking under that particular beam by not doing so the first 2, 3, 5, 7 times. You learn to balance a bike by failing to do so a couple dozen times. Taking it to another app, Duolingo teaches us that hombre is Spanish for man by making us repeat it over and over again. Repetition, that's how we learn. We pick up on patterns. That's the thing about doomscrolling. When you do it over and over again, your brain is learning a pattern of engagement. Every time you scroll past something that doesn't immediately grab your interest, while reaping all the good chemically benefits of the clips that grab your attention immediately, you are teaching your brain to not bother itself with any detail that isn't standout obvious. It's like the Duolingo of numbing your senses. But again, this is all a theory. I think it makes sense, but as we've established, I'm not the smartest human being. The hours I have spent doomscrolling are undeniably in the triple digits, possibly even in the quaddy digits. Like I said, I would
wrap my lips around a 12 gauge.
I know one thing for sure though. You're better off not doomscrolling. Get a hobby.
Just like